Today on Drawbli, we are drawing
birds.
You can join us by sharing your art online using the hashtag Drawbli and click the subscribe button to be notified of future videos.
Ready, set, go.
Ready, set, go. Oh,
go.
What? It's a race.
It's a race.
It's a race. Hold on, I had a big
race.
I had one of your hairs stuck on my iPad.
Ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Lies. Probably one of your hairs.
One of my? No. What?
Yeah.
I don't have hair that long.
I bet you do.
No.
You're just hiding it under a hat.
Yes, I always wear a hat, and that is where I hide.
Is your bird done yet? Mine's almost done.
Oh my God! What?
Really fast. Speed art. It's a big popular thing. It's a crazed sensation that's sweeping the nation.
Have you?
Speed art.
So there's actually a problem like in like social media and video. A problem. Abby.
There's a problem.
There's a problem.
There's a problem.
So people always like title their videos like speed drawing or speed paint.
And then what?
Is a
Post
really
a time
popular
lapse
one.
or something.
And it's always a time lapse. Yes. speed
It's
sculpt.
just a sped up time lapse.
Yeah, it's always but
I don't think this means what you think it means.
Well, it's a searchable term is the problem. So like.
Oh, so they're really actually
They're
just playing the system pretty well.
Yeah, they're just like capitalizing on like. Oops. They're capitalizing on oops. You're doing great. Keep it up. My kookaburra is going to end up a little silly. I'm just going to tell you now. I chose a very cute kookaburra. And you know the kookaburra song, it seems like. I don't.
I am not going to sing it, but there is a song.
I don't know the words, but I know the tune. I have heard and remember the tune. But yes, there's a problem with people just calling everything speed art online.
Mm-hmm.
It's like definitely a thing.
I like how we got really sidetracked there for a second.
Everything's a sidetrack. What bird are you drawing?
Goldfinch. A goldfinch.
A goldfinch. Are there different? So wait. Wait. Is a finch a common like owned bird, like a common pet bird?
I think that I'm not the right person to ask.
Oh, okay.
I don't know a lot about birds as pets.
Everything that we draw, Abby, we have to act like we're
finches.
experts on it.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's how this works.
I see.
I mean, not act. I'm sorry. We are experts.
Oh, this is true.
Yes, I am a kookaburra expert, and I can tell you they're very cute.
I think you're a kookaburra appreciator.
I am for sure. Abby showed me, or no, maybe I found them. The TikToks of the kookaburras, they're amazing.
They are very
They just
cute.
put like little things on their head.
Nothing even happens in the
TikTok.
TikTok.
No. They just walk up to them. They're like, hey, look, these are my pet birds.
They're like,
look how
look at
cute
these
they are.
cute, adorable kookaburras. But yes, there's an old like round,
Oh my God.
with a kookaburra song in it. That's a kookaburra song. Oh my gosh, wow, and wow, wow. But that's how I know about
an
them.
old round.
Yeah, where one person starts singing and then the next person starts singing. I grew up in a literal like Von Trapp style household, so
I don't know what any of the words you're saying right now.
That's all right. We don't have to go into it.
What's Von Trapp? What's that?
Do you know what The Sound of Music is?
I do, yeah.
Tell me what you know about it.
It's a musical.
About?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I haven't seen The Sound of Music.
Oh, wow.
If I did, I was very, very young.
Interesting. Well, The Sound of Music is a musical. Wow, you have not? Julie Andrews?
Yeah, I know.
The singing nun?
Yeah.
Okay. So she is a nun that goes to be basically a nanny for this very large family.
Right.
Where per like Disney recommendations, mom has passed away.
Okay.
There's no mom. And it's set in
per Disney recommendation.
Disney's all about mom's not in the picture anymore.
Oh.
And
they kind of are. Oh man.
this is so new love can blossom again, I suppose.
Oh,
And Julie Andrews steps in, and all the children are kind of a mess. They're all very badly behaved. They're mean to their nannies. They've made them all quit.
Kids are the
and
worst.
she, through the power of music, heals them and makes them into better children because
kids are alive through the power of music.
Yes, basically. So yeah, that's it. And gosh, did they even sing around in that movie? Wow.
So what is around? You keep saying around. What are you talking about?
It's where one person starts singing the song, and then after they get like one sentence into the song, the next person joins in. And they start singing the exact same song, just a little bit behind on the first person.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I got what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. And so that's what that is. And so.
So did you do this growing up?
Yes.
You sung rounds
with my sisters.
and
yes.
What I'm trying to imagine, like, so you just offset it. It's just offset and the person singing, and it starts to sound like kind of echoey, I guess.
It harmonizes. I wouldn't say echoey, because echoey, it would just be kind of discordant, but this way all the notes always sound right together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So there's a Kookaburra song.
There is, in fact, a Kookaburra song. It's about how he sits in this old gum tree and laughs at everybody. I don't know where the song originates from at all. I just know that we sang it quite a lot.
Abby grew up in a sing-song family, apparently.
Yes, a Von Trapp family. Oh, that's what I said that for.
So what is Von Trapp?
The Von Trapps are the family in The Sound of Music, the one that sings all the time.
I see.
They're the Von Trapps, and they became known as these great singers.
Oh.
There was an actual Von Trapp family. I believe this was based on a true story.
I mean, this is your expertise right now. This is outside of my wheelhouse entirely.
I know. What do you know about the Von Trapps? Well, a lot.
Apparently.
A little bit more than is normal. And it's actually a very lovely story. It was set in World War II, and it really, I believe it really happened.
World War II? Yeah, I think so.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's deniers of everything out there, as we know. It's quite a compelling tale.
This has been Abby Tells.
I
about
don't
us, about the
tell
Sound of
well.
Music.
This has been Abby doesn't tell stories very well. I never was somebody interested in being like an author or a writer of any kind. Like any inclination I had to
talker.
write. I don't mind like
saying words.
Yeah, I don't mind saying words, but I never was like, I want to write stories. I gave up on that aspiration when I was like 8.
When you were 8? Wow,
Literally,
that's pretty early.
Yeah, I remember.
To just be like, nah, this one's not for me.
Right. I would like to draw more than I like to write, for sure.
Yeah, you grew up drawing, didn't you? You're very lucky.
Yeah, we grew
Your
up
dad
with a
was
lot
very artistic. You know, you guys did music.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had. I know nothing about music. I couldn't sing a bucket in a tune, you know?
Yeah.
That's the phrase that people say.
That is definitely the phrase. No, but we did and do. I don't utilize much of that at this point in my life.
You know how to play the piano, like, yeah, which
Yes.
means that you know how to play every instrument, right? That's how that works?
Well, actually, my dad can pick up like any instrument. And
Your dad's
kind of play
your
it.
dad's incredible. He can do like just all the things with that. He's very artistic.
Yeah. He's kind of a jack of all trades in that way.
Yeah, that's
master
awesome.
of some. He's very good at like a
Oh yeah,
few
I've seen your
choice
dad's
elements.
little doodles and stuff and his 3D stuff. Yeah, he's awesome. He does a lot of really cool things.
Plays the trumpet.
The brass gets down to brass tacks. I don't really know how to play any instrument other than guitar, but that's kind of like the cheese instrument. I feel like.
Oh, not at
almost.
all. I can't play guitar, and I've tried several times to learn.
Yes, but you can play ukulele, which is a stringed instrument.
Hardly.
Yeah,
Hardly.
I don't know about that.
Hardly. But no, that's really cool. My dad can play guitar as well. But
My dad can do it.
My dad is so special.
My dad actually is unbelievably good at playing the guitar. Like, not to brag.
Aw.
This is like devolving
This is the
into
episode
like.
where we brag on our dads.
This is the.
We're clearly
like,
not teenagers anymore.
My dad could totally beat up your dad. Oh my god. He could.
They're just people.
But yeah, my dad. I remember he used to play all the time when I was a kid. He doesn't really play too much anymore, but yeah, he was really good at playing.
That's awesome.
He taught my cousin how to play.
Oh, wow.
He actually still plays all the time. He's like I don't know if he's in a band right now, but he's been in multiple bands, and just music's a big part of his life.
Oh, really?
My dad helped kickstart that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How's your burb? I'm not doing the whole burb like you. I'm just doing the face.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
I'm having a
that's
great
a
time on
little-
this burb.
So let me see what you're doing with your burb. You getting in with some color?
Just now starting to get in with some actual color. I like goldfinches because they are so bright yellow. It always startles me to see them like out in the wild because they are so bright. My first instinct is to think that somebody's pet bird has escaped because it's not the typical little drab
Yeah.
North American sort of style bird
That's what I was saying
have.
earlier. I thought finches were like a very common pet bird, but
I cannot think of if they're actually kept commonly as pets or not for the life of me, but I definitely see them as a wild bird too.
gotcha. Oh, your paint is coming very nicely.
Oh, thank you. How's yours coming along?
Great, fantastic, best thing I've ever drawn in my entire life.
Aw, well, you know where your passion is
Exactly.
with kookaburras.
I'm a bird watcher, but I only watch one bird, and it is not in real life. It is on the internet, and I'm all about these dang cute balls of fluff.
Did you ever own any birds?
That's a great question. Yes, my sister had what are the? I was very young at the time. I'm trying to remember the name of the parakeet. Yes, parakeets.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we had a couple of parakeets. My sister had a parakeet, and its name was Mellow Yellow.
Aww.
And then I think there was another one that we had called Blueberry. And then I got one, and I'm pretty sure I, in my all-knowing wisdom, named it Greenberry.
That is so cute.
Yeah, or at least I was very young. My sister's a little older than I am.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we had some little burbs growing up.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Let me think.
You guys had so many animals.
Yeah, but we really didn't do birds. We did chickens later on.
You guys still have chickens over at your parents' house.
Mm-hmm. My parents keep chickens, or my dad doesn't really keep. I say my parents, like they both are in on it. It's not my dad.
Dad's too busy rocking out with his
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, they started keeping chickens, so they get the eggs from the chickens and keep them as pets. But no, not really any birds. My older sister, now she has like peacocks and
Oh yeah, she's got a ton.
chickens
She lives on
and guinea
a
fowl and
farm, yeah.
turkeys. Yeah, she just kind of has a farm with her husband. That's a very here's all the animals that we want to keep farm, and she's always loved animals though and does a wonderful job keeping them. These animals live in the lap of luxury.
Until they're slaughtered for meat.
I think they do raise pigs.
they do.
For that purpose, but the pigs are super cute. Pigs are very cute
While
animals.
they last.
They last.
Well, I said while they last.
While they last, yeah. This is true.
Poor pigs.
Poor pigs. Pigs are very intelligent too.
Oh no, don't say that.
Yeah?
You're just gonna make me feel even worse. Yeah, I don't like to think about where my food comes from too often. Kind of gets me down.
Yeah.
Wow, way to go,
I
Abby.
know.
Way to change the whole mood of this episode.
I used to do a lot of research, at least, into where my meats came from in terms of being sourced in a humane manner.
Right.
Specifically, I remember doing a lot of research into Aldi to see how they keep and take care of their chickens.
Shout out to Aldi,
Shout out to Aldi.
the grocery store we shop at.
There's definitely,
A lot.
through my research, I realized there's standards that are
Quite a lot of varying
very high.
standards.
And I can't think of any meat distributor, I guess is the word, that happens to meet all the standards set by the folks setting the standards, including Aldi. But, you know, everybody's trying. The thing is, the labels keep changing. Like, what a label truly means is always in flux.
So if something says like organic, you mean,
Or cage-free, even.
Oh, farm fed. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting, huh?
Yeah. So at one point, it might have meant something really good, but then it was like, oh, a bunch of people were like, well, how can we bend the truth on this enough that we can still use that label, but not really hold ourselves to the spirit of the law?
Gotta make that money. Yeah. If there's a way to cheat the system, you know, they will find
People gonna do it.
Yeah. That's actually a big thing in game development. I used to be really big into game design for a while. But essentially, if there is a strategy in a game that is successful, even if it's not fun to do, people will do it. So the best example is a game like World of Warcraft, or an MMO game that is very grind heavy. You have to get in and grind for levels, right? That's not very fun to do. a lot of the time, but people will do it. They will sit there and grind and grind and grind and level up and, get special gear or, special items, because that's the best way to do it. That's the fastest way to do it. So,
that sounds so not fun, though.
well, people will naturally do it. So, if, this actually applies to real life in a lot of ways. Like, if there is a, best strategy for something, people will often gravitate towards it and do it, even if it's not necessarily humane or
fun
or fun. Yeah, I can't imagine slaughtering animals is very fun. Yeah, but anyway, kookaburras. I'm enjoying my burb. I chose just to do the face because I knew I would at least have a little more time to do that.
Yeah, and the rest kind of maybe.
But also, his face so cute.
A lot. Oh, is it? Yeah. I'm coming in for a peek. It is really cute. You're doing a really good job too.
I'm trying.
I like it. I'm having fun with my burb as well.
I would love to get in here with some more texture brushes. If anybody has some I like the just plain brushes a lot, but if there's a version of a flat brush that just has maybe a little more texture, anybody's got some recommendations?
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
I would love to check it out because I love to get some nice little extra brush texture in there, making it feel less digital, let's say.
Yes, I think that is a worthy goal.
But I say this, but I also know that you can achieve many things with nothing other than a hard round and soft round brush, just using the most simple of brushes. It's absolutely possible.
That's true. Maybe we should be looking at how do they achieve those awesome looks just with those brushes.
It's so hard because, I am someone who's done this before, who's learned an art medium, and I know the answer to all these questions, and it is you will get it there and it will take time, but just
it's practice and research. And
yeah, it's not something that you're gonna I was thinking of an example earlier where so there's a type of 3D modeling called hard surface modeling. And what's nice about hard surface modeling is you can say, hey, you make this shape and you pull it out, let's say 3 centimeters or 3 inches, right here. That is a very obtainable thing that somebody can follow along and do. And it's yeah, I'm doing it. But when you're drawing, when you are sculpting, when you are painting, there's no objective, hey, here is we're gonna put 3 brown pixels right here, and it's just no, that is going to take forever. That is not a way to learn. That is not how you are going to learn to do this. You are going to have to learn to you're gonna have to learn the process.
Do you like doing hard surface modeling ever?
Sometimes.
Does it sometimes it's just the right tool for the right moment in a job?
It just depends what you're making. Completely depends. If I'm making a sword, or a beak for a bird, I need to use some hard surface tools to make a beak because it's a harder object. Hence the name hard surface.
Interesting.
Yeah, modeling's cool. Drawing's cooler though.
Do you think so? I don't know.
I don't know. It's new for me, so I'm it's the cool, fun, new thing that I like doing.
The cool, fun, new thing that all the kids are doing.
Yeah, it's the hot new thing that everybody's. First, they were obsessed with Instagram, then TikTok, now they're just drawing. Everybody's drawing. Drawing's the new cool thing. Everybody jump in, get up in on the
get
drawing.
on the drawing thing.
I'm all about it.
Yeah. What's really interesting is TikTok has really shown me how very many things people are interested in jumping into with a lot of talent. Music creation, lots of different arts and crafts. I feel the big TikTokers, some of them are big into acting actually professionally in their lives, and they've just put that into TikTok, and of course it does very well on that platform. But no, it's really interesting to see what inspires people and gets people passionate about creating.
What gets you inspired to create, Abby?
I like to draw.
You like to draw?
Yeah.
So you enjoy the process of it? What do you mean you like to draw?
Yeah, I enjoy the process of it. Different mediums are very satisfying in their own ways. I definitely like to work with pen and paper sometimes as well as the iPad, just because it has its own different feel and different things I can do with it.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. I really like drawing in terms of the process. I think like the act of drawing is fun, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
That doesn't make me sound like a serial killer.
No, I think it's interesting because you're not always going to end up with a good product or a good finished product.
99% of the time, we are not going to end up with a good product. That's correct.
Right. But once we adjust to that notion and you can just sit down and enjoy the process and let go of the idea that, oh, yeah, it's going to be amazing, then you can just have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think learning to love the process is the most important thing for art, in my opinion. Like in terms of continual growth, continual, doing it. Like if you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying your art, like I don't know.
Take a break. Take a walk. Come back.
Take
a
a
little
walk.
bit.
Yeah. I feel
Try
like
again. And it's easy to get discouraged too and to feel like you're not enjoying it, but also you might need to just give yourself just a little bit of space for a moment.
I love going back over things and just like starting to add in some more like value control, like some darker areas, some lighter areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's something that I do more obviously when I'm like getting more into the painterly stuff here. But it's a really fun part.
It really
of
makes
the
things
process.
pop.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's just so much to learn, and there's so much going on here. Like, I would love to get better at lines, but I also really love getting better at like controlling values and making like better three-dimensional shapes. There's just so much fun things to learn and do. Like, we're just looking at this giant mountain and we're like, there's so many, look at all these fun things we can.
Yeah, do along the way. Every time we've done one of these little like projects, even the ones that I get to the end and I'm like, oh, I did not do a good job on this thing that I've never tried drawing before in the past. I always feel really happy though, because it makes me think like, oh, but now I've added just that much more to my repertoire, and the next time that I try to create something like this, like a bird or really anything else, I'll have that much more experience with it, and we'll have that much more fun with it next time.
Yeah, like I didn't go into this knowing how to draw feathers, but like I'm just throwing down some random paint blobs.
Oh, nice.
And it's maybe starting to look like feathers eventually, one day. One day it might, we'll see. There's actually, I was gonna try a hairbrush here, and I think that's what I'm gonna do for some finishing touches on this piece.
Oh, cool, yeah.
What about you?
I'm playing with a little bit of background now. I like where my bird is at. Maybe I'll do a little bit more touch up on his wings. He's kind of got this sketchy look to him that I'm just embracing. He's very unfinished, and I like it. I like his unfinishedness. I don't think I want to put enough time into anything right now to get this super like photo finish effect of realism.
Because you're not. Like,
right.
Neither one of us are going to get that photo finished look, like photorealistic. Like, we're just not there. So just do what we can for now. Do as much
Although
as
it is
we
fun
can.
to go back in and see if there's any little details I can add that just add that much little layer of interest and fun, and maybe not realism per se, but a little more finishing touches.
Finishing
I
touches.
like that.
That's what we're doing. That's why we try to keep these short, so that we can focus on growing more during the earlier stages, because we don't want to spend like a ton of time essentially wasting time like trying to push beyond what we're currently capable of too much. Like we want to find that, like, if we're struggling already at this stage, which we are, like, we have found our kind of limitations that we currently have.
Right, and we can recognize that and
push on it, continue to get better.
and just the act of doing is going to add so much to that.
We're here to do as much as we can. And I feel like in literally just a month, I was saying this off of recording, I feel like we're gonna just be so much better. We're gonna like look back and be like, oh wow,
yeah, absolutely.
we could have done that. Like like if we a month from now try to draw another bird, that bird's gonna be so good.
Absolutely.
Best bird ever.
A lot of people like to go back, and I think I see this trend a lot on Instagram. They're like, let me redraw this piece of art that I drew at this time.
Typically years ago is what you'll often see.
Oh,
even
it's
with
so fun. It's one of my favorite art trends because it's just so cool to see how much people improve in just a few years. Especially some people have very dramatic improvements. Like people who clearly started as beginners and then did what you did originally with 3D stuff, just poured their whole lives and hearts into it and became very proficient in what many would consider to be a very short amount of time. I love to see
absolutely. I'm all about going all in on something. Although you got to be a certain type of crazy to like really put like a ton of time into something. Like there's good and bad, right?
Right, exactly.
There always is.
Always is and always will be.
What? Oh my god, I just looked at your bird. Your bird looks incredible.
Oh, well, thank you.
What are you talking about?
Aww.
That looks actually amazing.
Well, I think I'm kind of just playing with the background now, and I will continue to play with the background until you're happy with your bird.
I'm just gonna finish up some little speckles on this beak. The tiniest amount of speckles to give him some extra texture. Extra texture.
Extra texture.
Yeah.
My name's Extra Texture from Texas.
Textures.
Texas. Textures.
Textures, exactly. All right, let me finish up my extra texture. You finish up your background fun, and then we'll call our burbs done. All right. My burb is done.
My burb is also done.
I'm hiding my burb from you.
I am not even making an attempt to hide mine.
Let me smoosh my burb. Smoosh all my layers.
Let me see. Wow, I love it.
His name is Carl.
Look at his eyes and expression. All your different like textures. I can see how you work to create the feathers. And you took on something, I didn't say this at the time, that's actually so difficult, I think, is drawing a bird face on like that. Like straight face on. That can be so hard because they're beaks.
They're beaks.
They're
rounded.
They
protrude
so different
toward
from that
you.
angle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like portraying that can be so hard. No, I love how that turned out. He looks like he could be in an illustration of like a children's book about kookaburras.
Wow.
He just has that pleasant like illustration feel, and I like that a lot.
Aw, thank you. All right, let's check out your goldfinch. Was it golden finch?
I believe
that looks amazing. That actually looks awesome.
Aw, thank you.
Honestly, okay, so when I looked over, I saw the reference in that, and I thought you had blown up the reference photo.
Aww,
like that's how good it looked.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Now you have like all the main stuff down. Like look at this flowing of the wing right here. Like look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, that
is so cool.
Base form.
You did a really good job.
If you get a good base form down, anything you put on top of it might look okay. Thank you. I
think you should be very proud. We are so proud of our burbs.
Just so proud.
One day
these are going on the fridge.
Yeah, yes, we're gonna print these
everything out and put it on our
Every
fridge.
single piece that we create, yes, we're gonna create this illusion. Every single thing we create, we print out and put on our fridge. Our fridge is a complete disaster.
It starts all on one end and it gets better and better and better as you wrap around.
By the way, our fridge is massive.
At least that's how it's gonna be. I'm excited for this.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. You can join us by sharing your birds online using the hashtag Drawbli and click the subscribe button to be notified of future videos. And this is the part where we say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. We're so good at drawing.
Mm-hmm. Those did turn out really good.